Have you ever noticed that as the years pass, people seem a little quieter around you? Calls come less often, visits feel shorter, conversations end sooner than you expect, and you find yourself wondering, what changed? Was it age? Was it time? Or was it something else altogether? If you have ever felt this way, please know you are not alone. Many seniors quietly carry this same question in their hearts, especially during calm evenings or long nights when the house feels too still. I want to speak with you today, not as an expert, but as a friend who understands how life softens and hardens us at the same time. This video is not about blame, it is not about shame, and it is certainly not about saying anyone is unworthy of love. Instead, it is about understanding 7 quiet habits that sometimes grow with us over time, habits that can slowly push people away without us ever meaning to do so. If you stay with me, you may begin to see your relationships in a new light. You may even feel hope gently return. Because the truth is this, nothing here is permanent. Every habit we talk about today can be softened, changed, or healed. And even the smallest shift can bring warmth, respect, and closeness back into your life. Let us begin gently. Reason number 1, constant complaining. As we grow older, the body begins to ache. Energy feels different. The world moves faster than it used to. Complaining becomes easy. Sometimes it feels like the only way to release frustration. So we talk about pain. We talk about doctors. We talk about how the world is not what it used to be. We talk about what is broken. And often, we do not even realize how often we do it. To you, it feels honest. It feels real. But to others, especially family or younger people with their own struggles, it can feel heavy. They begin to associate your presence with sadness instead of comfort, not because they do not care, but because they do not know how to carry so much weight every time they are with you. Imagine calling someone you love, and before they finish saying hello, you already begin listing what hurts today. Imagine how that shapes the feeling of the call. Over time, people begin to pull back, not out of anger, but exhaustion. This does not mean your pain does not matter. It does. You matter deeply. But balance matters too. When every conversation turns dark, people feel they cannot breathe around you. A gentle shift can change everything. Share one thing you are grateful for before sharing a complaint. Speak about something small that still brings light into your day. A memory, a flower, a quiet moment. Complaining becomes a habit, but gratitude can become one too. Reason number 2, refusing to listen. Many seniors have lived long lives. You have learned lessons through hardship, love, mistakes, and survival. Because of this, it is easy to feel that you already know what others are going to say. Conversations slowly turn into advice, then into lectures, then into stories that never leave your voice. When someone speaks and you interrupt, when you finish their sentence, when you bring the story back to your own life too quickly, you may not notice it, but the other person does. They feel invisible. Listening is not staying silent while waiting to speak. Listening is presence. It is curiosity. It is letting someone finish a thought without correcting it. Picture a grandchild sharing something new, a job, an idea, a dream, and before they finish, they hear the words "back in my day." Their excitement fades. Slowly, they stop sharing it all, not because they stopped loving you, but because they stopped feeling heard. Many older adults interrupt without meaning to. It comes from wanting to stay relevant, from fear of being left behind. But the most powerful way to remain important in someone's life is to listen fully. When people feel heard, they feel respected. And respect brings closeness far more than advice ever will. Reason number 3, being overly critical. With age comes perspective. And perspective can be a gift, but sometimes that gift turns sharp. Comments about appearance, choices, money, parenting, lifestyle. You may believe you are being helpful, honest, but what reaches the other person feels very different. Criticism, even when small, lingers. It sits quietly in the heart. People do not usually argue back. They simply withdraw. They visit less. They speak less. They protect themselves emotionally. Think of how it feels when someone points out your flaws repeatedly. Even if they are right, do you feel closer to them or do you feel tense around them? Most people choose distance. Many seniors criticize because the world feels unfamiliar. Standards seem lost. Values seem different. Pointing out what feels wrong becomes a way to hold on to what once felt right. But to others, it feels like rejection. A kinder approach brings surprising results. Replace criticism with encouragement. Instead of pointing out what is wrong, notice effort, notice growth, speak pride out loud. One gentle word can restore warmth that 100 corrections cannot. We will continue with the remaining reasons because they may surprise you even more. Reason number 4, talking only about yourself. As the years pass, many of us feel a quiet fear that grows inside. The fear of being forgotten, the fear that our life, our memories, our struggles, and our wisdom may disappear when we are gone. Because of this, we talk more about ourselves, our past, our pain, our stories, our experiences. Storytelling is not wrong. Your life matters. Your journey matters. But when every conversation circles back to you, others slowly feel there is no room for their voice. Imagine a friend sharing something difficult about their work or marriage. Before they finish, you begin speaking about something similar that happened to you 30 years ago. Minutes pass. Their story disappears. Over time, they stop opening up, not because they do not care, but because they feel unseen. Talking too much about yourself is rarely selfish. It is usually a sign of loneliness, a longing to be acknowledged. But what brings people closer is balance. When you ask about their lives first, when you let them speak without interruption, when you show interest without needing to respond with your own story right away. Try this gentle habit. In your next conversation, ask one question and listen fully. Do not fix, do not compare. Just listen. When people feel valued, they naturally want to hear about you in return. Reason number 5, clinging too tightly to the past. Memories become precious as we age. The past feels safer. It holds moments when we felt strong, needed, and alive. Talking about those days brings comfort. There is nothing wrong with remembering. But when every conversation begins with how things used to be, people feel as if the present is never good enough. Younger generations especially feel dismissed. Their struggles feel minimized. Their joy feels overshadowed. Imagine a grandchild proud of a small achievement, and the response they hear is, "When I was your age, life was harder." What they feel is not learning, it is disappointment. Clinging to the past can also exhaust old friends. They have heard the same story many times. They long to speak about today, to feel alive now. The key is balance. Share memories warmly, but then turn your attention to the present. Ask questions about today. Show curiosity. Celebrate now, not just then. When you honor both past and present, people feel included rather than compared. Reason number 6, rejecting new ideas. The world today moves fast. Technology changes everything. Language changes. Culture shifts. For many seniors, this feels overwhelming. Dismissing what is new becomes a way to feel safe. But when every new idea is rejected, others feel judged. They stop sharing. They stop inviting. They assume you will not understand. Picture someone excited to show you something new, an app, a hobby, a way of thinking, and before they finish, they hear that it is pointless. Slowly, they learn not to bring joy to you anymore. You do not need to accept everything new. You do not need to change who you are. You only need curiosity. A simple question can soften everything. Why do you like this? Show me how it works. Tell me more. Curiosity builds bridges where resistance builds walls. Reason number 7, losing patience with others. Perhaps the most painful habit is losing patience. Short tempers, sharp words, irritation over small mistakes. These moments leave quiet scars. As physical strength fades and independence changes, frustration grows, patience wears thin, and often it spills onto the people closest to you. A forgotten appointment, a spilled drink, a slow response. These moments become triggers, but to the other person, they feel like rejection. Think of a time when someone snapped at you. The words linger far longer than they should. Love is forgotten. Only tension remains. Patience can be practiced. Before speaking, pause. Take one deep breath, then another, then another. This simple moment can change everything. When patience returns, you once again become a safe place, and safety is what keeps people close. If people seem distant as you grow older, it does not mean you are unloved. It does not mean you are unwanted. It means habits have slowly formed, often without awareness. Complaining can replace gratitude. Advice can replace listening. Criticism can replace encouragement. The past can overshadow the present. Resistance can replace curiosity, and impatience can replace warmth. The hopeful truth is this: habits can change at any age, at any stage. Small shifts create big healing, and you are never too old to soften, never too late to reconnect, never invisible. If this message touched your heart, share your thoughts in the comments. Write, "Relationships still matter," and tell us where you are watching from. Subscribe to Elderly Roots if you want more calm, gentle reflections for this season of life. And remember, you still matter. Your presence still matters. And your kindness has the power to bring people back to you. Thank you for spending this quiet time together.